Zimbabwe in the changed strip in white, Mauritius in red. Masumi gets proceedings underway. That'll be a penalty to Zimbabwe. Good defense by Shadrach Mandaza, who was over the defender or the tackler, the ball carrier straight away, and forced the penalty. Masumi again. Maguranyanga. Fighting off a couple of defenders. Now it's Dion Kumalu. Masumi, oh, look at those steps. Maguranyanga with a strong run, he's just short. Ball goes out wide and Zimbabwe scores.
Zimbabwe 7, Maurice 0. Alors Zimbabwe
7. 7-0. The conversion was successful. Masumi to restart again. In terms of individual brilliance, Masumi's try yesterday still stands out. Straight into touch. We've seen that quite a few times this weekend. That was a sublime offload. And it's try time for Mauritius now. Etienne Ferrat with the score. But the offload was absolutely perfectly timed and executed. Mauritius straight back into the match. Romain Riveland for the conversion, and it's all level, 7-all at La Bourdonnais. They're certainly not lacking in support, the home side. Was he tackled in the air? No. Subi.
Take away, yeah, like that.
Oh, it's a brilliant run. He is such a monster with the ball in hand. Tabani Maguranyanga, that was a lovely try. Down the line, beating off a couple of defenders, just pure power and pace. Masumi with the additional 2 points. 14-7 to the Zimbabwe Cheetahs.
Zimbabwe 14, Mauritius 7.
Masumi again. That was clever play from Masumi. He saw the gap in the lineup of Mauritius, and he put his kick absolutely pinpoint accurate. Mauritius with the line-out throw-in. Got in straight, as we could hear from the sideline. Masumi is that a turnover? A penalty. Maya Makura. Now it's Tapiwa Malenga, and he's again just taken down short of the try line. Down the line for Zimbabwe, Mandaza. Mahunga stopped short. And it's some good spirited defense from Mauritius. Romain Riveland showing a lot of fighting spirit there with a tackle in the corner. It's Mauritius line out. Xavier Charroux, and the thrown is not straight. So the pressure straight back onto Mauritius. Or a knock on. Clever play, Masumi now. Masumi with a wide pass. And he's over. Edward Sigoke scores for Zimbabwe. It's their fourth try of the match. And also half time.
Zimbabwe 21, Maurice 7. Pour le prochain match, mesdames et messieurs,
19-7 to Zimbabwe at the break.
On va voir l'Ouganda contre la Sud-Afrique.
Next up, Uganda against South Africa.
Next game, ladies and gentlemen, Uganda versus South Africa.
South Africa now struggling with a few injuries and players available. Nigel Tinarvo with the inside pass. Correction to the scoreboard there. We were told 19-7 and couldn't clearly see whether the conversion was successful or not, but the scoreboard has been adjusted to 21-7 to Zimbabwe. Olivier Charroux. Alexis Moll tackled, manages to free up the ball. Florian Mairo. Zimbabwe pinged for not rolling away. Enough time for Mauritius to come back, but they've got to score 3 times to win the match, and 2 converted tries for them to force extra time. That's not a great kick. Didn't go into touch. Masumi Back to cover. It's a lovely pace. And at the end of the day, Shadrach Mandaza outsteps himself and he holds onto the ball and he gets pinged for that. And I've seen some players getting a yellow card for that. It's a quick tap by Rodber, the big number 11. There's no real support for him arriving a bit late. But it's still Mauritius. Mauritius have lost the ball and it's a penalty to Zimbabwe. Zachary Rodber had a good run there, but the support was a bit late in arriving and ultimately they conceded the penalty. Now it's Zimbabwe again. Zimbabwe, also the player isolated a little bit. Offload to Mandaza. Still Mandaza. Mawunga up in support. Mawunga again. Mawunga. And he goes through. Shrugs off the attempt by Zachary Rodber. And that's the fourth try for Zimbabwe. That should do it for Zimbabwe in this match. They're up now 26-7. And it's going to be an interesting matchup then. Zimbabwe against Kenya in the fifth place final later this afternoon. 28-7, the conversion spot on.
Le rappel des scores, mesdames et messieurs, Zimbabwe 28.
3 minutes remaining in this match. Then it's Cup semi-final time.
Mauritius 7.
South Africa against Uganda. That'll be a penalty to Zimbabwe. That is solid work by Nigel Dinarvu. Masumi now. Masumi's dancing feet. Alan Mawunga. And he gets through again. I think Mauritius have now realized that this battle is lost. The T57. That doesn't make pretty reading.
Bravo, bravo! Allez Maurice, allez Maurice!
Nathan Nahel. Rodber. Again, Zachary Rodber. Noga cool.
Allez Maurice! Allez Maurice! Allez Alexis!
Still Mauritius with possession. Rodber. Nathan Arel. Gokul out wide. Ball has gone backwards. It's Ferrat again. Scored Mauritius' only try of the match so far. Penalty. Do they take it quickly? Yes, they do. And they catch the Zimbabweans napping. Looks like he lost the ball. I think it's pretty fair to say that this could end up under the posts. Dion Kumalu with 4 Zimbabweans in picture, and Dian Kumalo deals the final blow. That's 40 points to 7 for Zimbabwe. That's pretty emphatic and a good comeback for the Zimbabwean Cheetahs. And it's also the... No, it's not the end of the match yet. 42 points to 7. That's very comprehensive and a bit of a statement from Zimbabwe. Mauritius just running out of steam and legs here. But they do have the advantage of playing at home. Whatever replacements they need to bring in, they can. Some of the other teams will have to fly in players. Rugby couldn't hold on to the ball. Double knock-ons. And now it's the end of the match. Zimbabwe win this match by 42 points to 7. And they will play Kenya in the 5th place final a little bit later this afternoon. 40 to 7. Next up, Cup semi-final time, Uganda against